These different worlds, not one of them gets it right.
Oh, that's really got to be heartbreaking when you realize the dog's named after you. Dang. It is funny though. Come on. That's funny.
Not, but it's not her world. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and you already see Rekkai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
hello, puppet.
Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't ready. You switched it up on me. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Doctor Who, Rise of the Cybermen, episode 5. Yo, you over here switching it up on me, man. Let me know so I can keep my guard up. Hey, listen, we are having so much fun with season 2. If this is your first time watching with us, don't worry. There's a link in the description so you can get back to some of the earlier seasons and or episodes. And make sure you stay to the end because me and Rekkai are going to chop it up. Have a bit of a back and forth regarding the things we like and the things we might be scratching our heads about. So, without any further ado, let's get started.
It's alive. Can it hear me? Might still be in shock. Bear in mind the brain has been welded to the...
The brain is welded? What in the world?
And a body that will never age or die.
He's like, let me get off in there.
We are blessed. Well, it's not quite over yet, sir. We need Geneva's approval. Technically, this is a new form of life.
Look at his face. He's like, yeah. I'm not listening to
I
him.
ain't hearing none of that.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's my duty. I shall have to inform them. And how will you do that?
If you're dead.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I don't quite understand.
Wait for it.
Kill him.
Oh, my man jumped into the villainous role mad quick.
Mm-hmm. He should have known better.
He got the Dr. Evil chair and everything.
Yeah, he just missing a cat.
Set sail for Great Britain.
Hey, I love me a good villain. I love a good bad guy. And so far, he's checking the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how long's it been since I could have stopped?
10 minutes? 20? 29?
30?
I was calibrating. I was just... No, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Whoa, what's up with the TARDIS?
Look, he's like, I should kept my finger on that button. See?
What the hell? Crash into what?
Rose. Mickey? I'm fine, I'm okay. Sorry, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, the Tardis is a living creature.
The last TARDIS in the universe.
The last in the universe. So there's more than one. There was more than one. That's interesting.
Ooh.
The silent realm.
I'd be like, this
The lost
sucks.
dimension.
Otherwise known as London.
My man just opened the door. I'd be like, y'all didn't want to. Be like, Mickey, man, just don't be opening doors, man. Until we know what's going on.
1st of February this year, not exactly far flung, is it?
Mickey been on the Tardis, but Mickey got
He got a fresh lineup, man. Look at this.
Parallel world, and my dad's still.
Oh, we get to see Pops again.
What's that? Yeah.
Don't look at it, Rose. Don't even think about it. This is not your world.
Yeah, you about to do some weird.
But Israel,
Trust me on this.
it's a success. He's always planning these daft little schemes, health food drinks and stuff. Everyone said they were useless.
Don't do it, Rose. Yeah, don't do it, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, he's got his own Jackie, his own Rose, his own daughter who is someone else, but not you. You can't see him, not ever.
You know she's not
Oh,
gonna
she's
listen.
hard-headed.
Yeah, she ain't gonna listen.
I can tell right now in her face that she ain't gonna listen.
Oh, the bad penny. Was this your idea? Don't deny
look at
it.
her.
Oh, she's doing quite well, huh? I mean, she's probably, happily married now. Well, she was unhappily married before.
What's wrong with that?
40. It says 40.
You are 40.
I don't want the whole world telling, do I?
Yeah.
My 39th. My official biography says I was
My official biography.
junior, and that makes me 39. Thank you very much.
Oh, we are in Snoot land. My official biography says.
And if you're giving out presents, where's my Zeppelin? Everyone else has got one. Rose! Come on, Rose!
Oh, this version of Rose is about to be a trip. I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Latest model, diamond studded. Pick up signals from Venezuela.
Why would you want to pick up signals from
Because I
Venezuela?
Well, I don't know, but Bath before tonight. She's going to be honking.
What?
Come to Mummy. Come on. There you are.
Oh, Rose doesn't exist?
Rose is a puppy.
If the President of Great Britain can make this meeting, then
I don't know. He's not married to Jackie, is he?
activate. Download
The hell?
Tyler residence. February the 1st. Give me security arrangements
What the deuce?
and restore.
Oh, this dude got his own iRobot Minority Report shit going on.
Mr. Newing's pledged also for the hopeless abuse of America. In other news, the Torchwood Institute has published a study.
I heard
Look,
Torchwood again.
You see, they just said something about Torchwood.
The walls of reality closed, the worlds were sealed. Everything became that bit less kind.
Then how did we get
So
here?
that's kind of interesting. I thought they could always travel between different realities, but they're really pigeonholed into one reality, but different times. Okay.
Sausage and beans, pork,
Mhm.
chicken, and hot sweet tea. All for free.
Don't go. There's food.
All you can eat.
It's been going on for months.
Hot.
It's them.
Soup.
They're taking you away. What for? Experiments.
That's the easiest way to do experiments. The dregs of society, you know what I'm saying? You go get homeless people because you figure nobody miss them.
What do you mean? What are you doing? He told you straight up what was going to happen, my guy. Like,
I just gave away 10 years of my life.
dang.
Worth every second.
Hell no, I wouldn't. I can get you a glow stick, do that. Look at how hard-headed.
It'll loop round, power back up, and be ready to take us home in 24 hours.
So that gives us 24 hours on a parallel world.
Sure leave, as long as we keep our heads down.
Oh, it's about to go tits up.
Pete, my dad, and Jackie, still married mum, but they never had kids.
Give me that phone.
They're rich. They got a house and...
Oh, so she's going to internalize that she's the reason why they didn't have success, huh?
I don't know. So do they got it that she died young or?
Where are you going?
Well, I can do what I want.
I've got the address and everything.
Stay where you are. Both of you. Rose, come back here. Nikki,
Like,
come back here right now.
The first time Rose did that, I kind of gave her the pass because, you know, she was in a space of, you know, this was new. But this go round, you're just a dumbass now. You're just straight up stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you already know what the consequences are.
You can only chase after one of us. It's never going to be me, is it?
Yeah, fool me once.
What we had to do with time roaches?
Shame on you.
What they call them? Clock roaches?
Yeah. If I haven't found something better.
Wow. That is not your time. I don't... okay.
You made money by selling a health food drink to a sick world. Not quite the ordinary Joe you appear to be, are you?
Touch of evil.
Very clever man. Brilliant, in fact.
Then you don't think he's insane?
That's not the word I would have used, no.
I see.
Prepare to get these hands.
I am curious to see a little bit of what Mickey's backstory might be. Because we don't really know too much of anything about him. And even if it's like a parallel version of him, of his world, it'd be kind of interesting.
Curfew doesn't start till 10.
There's a curfew.
Of course there is. Where you been living, mate? Up there with the tops.
That's too many damn potential Hindenburgs.
I think she's still alive, is Gran.
Could be. Like I said, parallel world, gingerbread house.
Listen to the doctor.
Look, everybody just froze.
What's crazy is we are so close to that.
The same information. Daily download published by Cybermen Industries.
Rekkai! Oh, I thought you was asleep, man. I saw your head do the slumpy thing.
It's Mickey.
Ricky.
I know my own grandson's name. It's Ricky. Now come here.
Ain't that something how he's Ricky here?
The doctor's only been calling him Ricky forever.
Don't talk like that. Do you know what you need? A nice sit down and a cup of tea. You got time?
It was a cup of tea.
Mrs. Chan told me, driving about all helter-skelter in that van.
Oh, cue the van.
Hell, don't play games with me.
Damn, came in there like the A-team, didn't they?
Ricky!
Ricky, you were the one who
Yeah,
told us.
Ricky.
You don't contact your family because it puts them in danger.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, Ricky said that.
So that just leaves you.
Leaves me what?
The number one. Top of the list. London's most wanted.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Super criminal.
Within a cradle of copyrighted chemicals. And the latest advances in synapse research allows cyberkinetic impulses to be...
My man got the
Oh, there's
Darth
no fake
Vader
ass
bang
Darth Vader.
joint coming on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think no government ever will.
He said no.
I prepared a paper for the ethical committee.
Oh, come on.
We don't do no's here.
This whole planet. Would you have all that perish?
You're a fine businessman, John. But you're not God.
Mm.
He's like,
oh, but I am.
I've been testing the system, sir. They've grafted on a treat, these have. Given a little persuasion.
those are the homeless that we seen
Oh.
at the earlier thing.
Back to the left.
Are you having fun, Mr. Crane?
Oh, no, not at all, sir. No, it's just, well, it's,
Stop playing around, man.
Mm-hmm.
Was old friend, the right of a man to survive. Now begin.
They just make up a lot. See, that's what you do when you got money.
That part.
let's cover up that noise. Give us track number 90.
Really?
Heck no.
Damn. He's got lasers and claws and saws.
I do my killing to the Lion King soundtrack.
What are you doing there?
What am I
Uh-oh.
doing here? What am I
Who the
doing
hell
there?
is that? Mickey Ricky, you done, is at this point where he knew he effed up.
messed up.
And there is one guaranteed way of getting inside.
Psychic paper.
Who do you want to be?
The wait staff.
According to Lucy, that man over there,
Who's Lucy?
she's carrying the salmon pinwheels.
Oh, that's Lucy, is it?
Says that is the President of Great Britain.
Oh, there's a president, not a prime minister.
Thank you to you all for coming on this this very special occasion. My wife's 39th.
You're a fibber.
Now, I'm not giving a speech. That's what my parties are famous for. No work, no politics, just a few good mates and plenty of black market whiskey.
Nah, like your kind of party.
Mm-hmm. She know how to turn up.
All these different worlds, not one of them gets it right.
Oh, that's really got to be heartbreaking when you realize the dog's named after you. Dang. It is funny though. Come on. That's
It's
funny.
not, but it's not her world. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Dang, Mickey, they got you down. They beat you down to your skivvies, huh?
Mickey, Dad was Jackson Smith, used to work at the Key Cutters on Clifton's Parade. Went to Spain, never came back.
Dang. I mean, went out for a smoke and didn't come back.
What else could it be?
I don't know. But he doesn't just look like me, he is exactly the same.
it's called twin.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to London's most wanted. But target number one is Lumic, and we are going to bring him down. From your kitchen. Have you got a problem with that? No, it's a good kitchen.
He said, I gotta keep it real, my guy.
Yeah, it's like, right? That's how we getting down? She just sitting there just stewing.
Mm-hmm. She be getting her feelings so easy.
Big night for you.
For her. Still, she's happy.
Yeah, she should be. It's a great party.
I mean, she's rich. That's the main thing she's always wanted.
She said she didn't want to spoil her figure.
It's not too late. She's only 40.
39.
She know her mama age.
I don't know, you just seem sort of...
What?
I don't know, just sort of...
Familiar.
Right.
He was really over just pillow talking while...
Mm-hmm. To the help.
He's listed as one of Lumic's henchmen, a traitor to the state.
Well, we gotta get in there. I shot at duplicate, that's what I just said.
Duplicate.
Better than most. He's worth a second chance.
Are you commenting on my marriage?
A little bit.
And you are certainly not getting paid. Don't you dare talk to me.
That ain't your mama.
At all.
And if you see that, you go in the house. She should see their helmets, but like, I've seen her hair before.
Our greatest step into cyberspace.
Cyber.
She be looking way too long.
She's like, I'm gonna need you to like take some action.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
He's like, oh, hell no.
Dang. Damn. Yo, what are the name of the big robots from the X-Men?
The Sentinels.
Sentinels, yeah, there we go. They came in there like Sentinels.
I suppose a remark about crashing the party would be appropriate at this
don't do
point.
that. He said, Shah.
He did. You can hear his cat on his lap when he laughed.
Who were these people? Doesn't matter.
They're people.
They were.
Snatch their brains out.
And now I leave you in their capable hands. Good night, sir. Good night, Mr. President.
Look, no monologuing.
Then you are not compatible.
Shut him down.
happens then?
You will be deleted.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't blame him. I blame where the hell are your Secret Service agents?
Right. He didn't even check to see if they're compatible. He just, a twofer.
Dang, they just over here literally putting hands on folks.
Yeah. He's like, Spock ain't got nothing on this.
That is not your mom. Golly. I love how the doc always got sneaks on. That's my dude.
Did she call him dad?
Hey,
Mickey and Ricky. The doctor's gonna lose it, though. He said, wait, Mickey, Ricky?
He gonna be like, I know that ain't Mickey. Look at the look on his face.
Oh my God, Ricky.
Yeah.
What? I never see you.
Look, he's like, okay.
Man, unhand me, woman.
Yeah, no offense, sweetheart, but who the hell are you?
Yeah. There's your dude.
That's not me. That's like the other one. Oh, as if they...
Yeah, she like the upgrade. Look.
You are inferior and will be reborn as Cybermen, but you will perish under maximum deletion.
Maximum deletion,
He
nigga.
said maximum deletion. Look, this be the you're gonna be the code.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. Oh, we're gonna end it like that.
It's gonna be the coldest game of flag football ever. Like, don't touch me.
Yo, all right, so listen, that was episode 5. We're getting closer to the halfway point of this season. Episode 5, this one's called Rise of the Cybermen. We did get a little bit of a hint in earlier episodes regarding seeing their faces, and so we kind of saw them coming a little bit. I'll say this real quick. Normally I'm Team Rose, and I still am. I'm still Team Rose. But this episode, she's lost her mind. I don't know what's going on with you, girl. Like, you tripping. Like, we've been here before. I feel like you didn't learn the lesson. You know, it's one thing to make a mistake and then you learn the lesson and then you keep moving. You ain't learned the lesson about going around, seeing your people, sharing the same time in different dimensions. Why are we continuing down this path, Rose? Why? Okay, all right, I'm
because Rose is still 19.
That's
Rose don't know nothing.
If she was 13, I'd expect her to learn that lesson. That. Oh my gosh, that part.
No,
that part got me.
I got a kid just like it. It don't matter how old they get. It's like you gotta have the Cybermen gotta hit you upside your damn head for you learn a lesson. Like, for real.
Oh, let me ask you how you feeling about the Mickey Ricky Tavi situation. You see what I did there?
Yeah, saw that.
How you feeling about that, man?
I don't know, because it's like seeing Ricky, which is funny that the other doctor always, being disrespectful, called him Ricky. Because there was a Ricky.
Ricky was.
Ricky seems like the one who should be on this trip with the doctor. Like, he got so much more of a backbone. I was like, okay, Ricky, I like him. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they made him, the London's most wanted. He's, this criminal kind of / rebel or whatever. But I don't know. I like Ricky's moxie, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I figure it's one of those situations where only one can survive. It would be interesting if, let's say, Mickey didn't make it and they end up taking Ricky. That changes everything, right? I don't think they'll do that because Mickey's already established. But it would be interesting. Is all I'm trying to say.
That'd be crazy. But when he's like, and no offense, love, but who the hell are you? Get the hell off me. I know you.
Come on, man, get off me.
I don't know. Here's this bad.
Dealing with time and dealing with dimensions is always tricky when you're dealing with storytelling. This is still fun. They manage it in a way where you don't really question too much. It's just like, okay, this is what it is. The Tardis is it's on the lamb. it's kind of jacked up. Licking his wounds. We don't know what's gonna go on with that. And we don't really know what caused whatever the time shift. I think that's a really big thing that we're not really talking about, right? Like the thing that caused the TARDIS to kind of like go uncontrolled and into another dimension. Like what caused that? So I feel like there's another piece of story that's attached to that. But right now we got to deal with the problem that's right in front of our face, and that is the Cybermen. What else are you feeling right now?
But that also seems like a recurring problem with the TARDIS, where they had it. Of course, they got all their parts to control the TARDIS from Radio Shack, you know what I'm saying? From Ace Hardware Store. But they were going to a specific place and it jumped out of time to go take them someplace else, and it keeps doing that. Like that's not new. So, and then it took them here specifically. It took them here to this time, to this place, out of time, so in a parallel universe or whatever. But the thing is, the doctor said something very important. He recognized, so in season 1, he recognized the head of the Cybermen. But he just said, it's happening again.
Yes, very, very true. That's a very big deal.
So, and I'm almost sure that somebody in the chat can tell us the history of the Cybermen from the classic era. So I found out too, I did a little bit of research, found out that the original series was called the Classic, and then I think it went off and then it came back on for a little while. I think that was called the Wilderness time.
Okay.
And then everything that's with this is called New Who.
New Who.
So it's Classic, Wilderness, and New Who.
Okay.
I think just like the Daleks, I think that the Cybermen are from classic era Doctor Who.
Okay. All right.
So I'd be willing to. I would really like to know what was, and of course, I'm only saying someone in the chat say it because it's far quicker than me going back to find and watch the episode. But what was the original deal with the Cybermen like? Because if he's dealt with them before, did he deal with them at a different time on Earth? Did he deal with them on a different planet, a different, parallel dimension? Like, if he's saying it's happening again, and then we found the head of a Cyberman in basically the past in that bunker the billionaire dude had. I got more questions right now than I do answers.
Right. I'm with that. I am curious, but of course, make sure you keep that in the context of what we've seen so far. No spoilers as far as New Who is concerned, but I don't mind spoilers as far as Classic is concerned, or Wilderness. I didn't even realize there was a Wilderness version. That's an interesting way to kind of put it, because like you're kind of like lost in the woods. You don't really know what's going on. So there's an interesting, social commentary as always that goes on. And when you think about the context of when this came out, because this was like 2007 when this season came out, 2006 actually. And we're talking about being completely connected, right? You have these devices that are constantly in your ear, giving you information, be it sports, news, entertainment, all that. And in 2006, smartphones weren't a thing still. We're still dealing with like, StarTex and flip phones and razors and stuff like that. So your phone's primary purpose at this time was a phone. It was used as a communication device, not something that you could like research and get like the hottest information. If you were texting, few people were like texting in the same manner that they're texting now, right? So given the context of the time, they're pretty much foretelling what it is today, right? We have these devices that are constantly with you, that are constantly telling you what's being happened, and that information, be it news, sports, or whatever, is influencing, right? It can influence your behavior because you're constantly like being bombarded with it. Now, here we are in 2024, where that's just every day. Our children grew up in this space where it's just like, that's just the norm, right? So I just think once again, Doctor Who has talked about things that have come to pass. It reminds me a lot, like the running joke of The Simpsons, how The Simpsons has been able to like predict the future. This is like the like the British version of that. Doctor Who kind of like sees the writing on the wall. And then to add a little bit further, give me a moment, because this may seem a little long-winded, and then you see that you're taking human brains and now you're putting them into machines so that they can be completely autonomous or completely controllable and have no emotions. So there's like an interesting argument that like some people feel that we are already cyborgs, right? Because the definition of a cyborg is, for the most part, is that you have these mechanical devices that are a part of the biological sources of who you are, and they work together, and you become like a cyborg. Technically speaking, we're already cyborgs because we have a symbiotic relationship with our devices already, right? They're just not implanted into us, but the relationship still exists. So if we are technically cyborgs, how far away are we from being, Cybermen? And I know that may sound a little silly, but keep in mind that there's technology that Elon Musk is currently using called, was it Neuralink? I think that's what it's called, where they are actually putting a mechanical computer device inside of your head, just like these earpieces that people are wearing. So I find that even more interesting that this is being talked about in 2006, and now we're seeing like the real thing, like 18 years later, happening in 2024. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Well, no, I was gonna say the same thing, and then so we looked at that too a couple episodes back, where we talked about like plastic surgery and the idea of you think about, go all the way back to the 80s. What was it, 85, when Arnold Schwarzenegger's first Terminator movie came out? And T-800, he was a T-100 or whatever it was. He was a cyborg from the future, and kind of the same principle. And we're moving so fast in that, because right now you could say the Cybermen is Chat GPT with AI. Skynet is real, and
Yeah.
You know, and all these things where the computer's going to find out, you know, they need us for input but that the input is to understand more so what it means to be human, how do we function? How do we answer? How do we do stuff?
Right.
What happens when they get to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, we got it. We don't need y'all anymore.
It's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're getting some really fascinating conversations because it seems more likely now, right? You know, we're in a space where it doesn't seem like science fiction anymore. You know, we're in a space now where people are even having conversations about our reality itself being a simulation, you know, which is something that that conversation would never been brought up, you know, even 10 years ago. Because it's that so far-fetched as science fiction. You know, I remember we and you've had this conversation in the past regarding like one of my favorite shows when I was a kid was Star Trek The Next Generation. And one of my favorite aspects of that show was the holodeck. And now we have like these goggles that have augmented reality that's able to put fictitious things into your real world that you can interact with, which now the holodeck is like, oh, wow, you know, that's really not that far off, like maybe 5 years, if that, you know, where your entire world can be manipulated and dictated and you can create these situations where you're kind of walking into. So we're at a really interesting point just in time and technology where the leaps have been so exponential. It's mind-blowing, it's jarring, it's frightening. It brings in interesting conversation and there's no return to the way things were before. I know I've kind of gotten off the path a little bit, but I guess kind of like bring it back. Yeah, it's just crazy to see this. Like we're watching a show that was only 16 years ago, you know, and I'm sure if we were in the same mental space as the show came out in 2006, the stuff that we're talking about would sound silly. Us looking at these Cybermen would seem silly, you know, but that's not really silly anymore, right?
Well, you know, but that's the thing about like if you look at like the Apple Vision Pro, I mean that's almost like if you take stuff like the Apple Vision Pro, the Neuralink, I mean because the Apple Vision Pro is, even though it's AR, you know, VR goggles or whatever, you navigate for the most part with your eyes. So your eyes tell it what to do. So it's mostly non-verbal, you know, and then you do some other stuff with your fingers or whatever, as long as the lens can see your fingers, your hand moving or whatever. The Neuralink, I mean, we got all of this same stuff, you know, and at what point? So right now, the Neuralink seems crazy, right?
Yes,
you
it
put a
does.
computer in there to control, you know, why do you need a computer chip in your head just because you're too lazy to say, you know, Alexa, lights on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now I'm going to think it. I think I'm an X-Man now. Stop it. You know, just some lazy shit. I paid $100,000 to get a surgery because I couldn't say 3 words. But at what point, I mean, just think about, it was an article I just watched a video not that long ago of crazy enough, a black guy who went to Turkey because he wasn't satisfied with being 5'5". So he had a surgery to lengthen his legs and now he's like 6 foot. You know, okay, so that's hardware.
Yeah.
But at what point I mean, like, I'm sure he's got steel rods in his legs to lengthen his legs. I mean, does that make him a cyborg? You start putting metal parts in your body, I mean, because we think about it now with pacemakers and all this stuff to enhance, to save your life, right?
Right.
And one of the greatest quotes in a movie was Jeff Goldblum. I think the original Jurassic Park. He said, scientists are so busy thinking about, can we do it, that they never stop to think, should we do it? And that's kind of where we're at right now. Because I'm sure that any of these scientists, Elon Musk, any of these people will tell you about all the wonderful, benefits of doing all of this stuff. But I guarantee you that there's somebody else who came up with all the money or who sits on the board of that corporation who's like, yes, who's got that weird, that weird laugh, you know what I'm saying? Who's thinking of all the evil and terrible things that you can do with that same technology and it's not even, they're not even looking for world domination. They're looking to subjugate people in order to increase their bank account. And like, it's got to be, when you get so many billions or something, like, haven't you like broke even? Like, what?
Yeah. Nah, there's no going back though. Like, there is not going to be, the question of should we is pretty much thrown out the window. I mean, it's kind of like, if you've seen the movie Oppenheimer, it deals with that question. That's the question. It's like, should we keep pushing forward to increase the value of living, when that type of technology can be used for bad, overwhelmingly bad, overwhelmingly to the point that it overwhelms the good. Oppenheimer, it's like, oh, splitting the animal, getting this energy and all this. This is fantastic. But then, the military was like, oh, we could use that as a weapon. So now he's stuck with this this guilt, And I think we're kind of like with that now when it comes to like AI and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, it could do all these great things, but then you start thinking about, D-Day or whatever. When the machines take over, I forgot the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about in Terminator when the machines take over. So it's kind of
like, did you see the thing for Sora?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that not only is Sora crazy. In case you didn't know, Sora is a technology that takes text-based inputs and can create video from it, kind of like how text-based inputs can be used to come up with solutions with like ChatGPT, but this is more of a visual medium. And what makes it incredible is that just a year ago, there was this meme going around because they were working on it and they had like this funny little thing with Will Smith eating pizza, and it looked terrible. It was absolutely horrible. But for those of us who were forward thinking enough to be like, wow, that's incredible. Yes, it looks bad, but you have to keep in mind that this is just round one of this technology. Sora came out, as of the time of this recording, came out like 4 days ago, three days ago. It doesn't matter, recently. And now it's taking that meme of a video that Will Smith eating pizza and has it in a space where it's almost photorealistic. It's like 90% of the way there. And it's just text to base. And this is just like in the span of a year, it went from a joke to something that you really have to take seriously. And since this technology is moving exponentially, you have to imagine how crazy it's going to look a year from now. And it's only going to get more realistic, more harder to discern from your reality to this thing that you're looking at, and more troubling in a lot of ways. I know I kind of like took the mic, snatched the mic from you for a hot second, but yes, I have heard of Sora.
No, because the whole time you were talking about, I was just sitting here thinking about how scary that technology is. Like, and I know the kids aren't doing this, but I mean, I just got a handle on text to speech. When you're in the car and I got to, send a text message, but I'm driving or something, then, or I'm doing something, my hands are full and I do text to speech and I'll just speak in my text message or whatever, I'm saying? So now you get text to graphic or video representations. I mean, that one orange clown dude been talking about fake news forever. Think about that Doctor Who episode where your forehead open up and they beam the news right in there. Think about all these media companies who will actually create the news, and you can't even say it's fake because hey, we did a speech to video, a text to video, where we created a video to go with this fake news story that we did, because maybe it's around Christmas time and we want you to feel better. Or maybe we want you to feel a certain way about a certain group of people because we want to drive the price of the neighborhood down or whatever, so we can come in and gentrify and buy it. So we run all these crime stories and show you all these crimes and stuff that's all AI video. You know, like you just imagine going to court and trying to prove your innocence, and somebody is clever enough to have an AI video, and that's you, and you be like, well, damn, is that me? Shit.
That part.
Like
that part, man.
I mean, hell, the prisons already, the school to prison pipeline, like there's a whole lot of people. You talk about people being railroaded. Hell, they done legalized marijuana and ain't even let all the people out of jail who went to jail for marijuana, which is now legal.
You brought us something that's terrifying, and that's that whole saying with it. What is it? The tail wagging the dog, right? You know, it's like the scoop is the thing that forces the bigger narrative. And that becomes a lot more realistic. I mean, it was already realistic to begin with. I remember that concept being a big idea. Wag the Dog was a movie that came out way back in the day. I think it had like Dustin Hoffman in it or whatever. Anyways, and I remember it came out around the time when the whole idea and the concept of CNN being like this whole 24-hour news cycle being the thing that's going to be, you know, the tail wagging the dog, because it's just constant. It's this nonstop thing. Now, you know, you look at something like CNN and it's not even a second thought. You're just like, yeah, it's just a show that's on. Now you've got stuff that's even more powerful, like Twitter, you know, that can wag, the tail can wag the dog, and people, politicians and people doing nefarious things can put out a narrative that forces a real action, you know? So I think you add this type of technology to it and it just refines it. Because a lot of people believe what they see undoubtedly without any kind of, you know, thought process to go into it. It's one thing to not believe what you hear, and that's another thing to not believe what you see. And we're in that space now. That's whew. Yo. Oh man, I know we're going on a tangent, man. We can sit and talk about this for a minute. Listen, I'm gonna go give you closing thoughts. My closing thoughts are done. Rekkai, let me say this. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. If you want to be a friend of the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Of course, give us that thumbs up, because that's how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. And Rekkai, I want you to close out your last thoughts and then give us the socials so that people can get in contact with you, man.
So I do want to say again, thank you to everyone on the channel who is continuing this ride of us being Whovians. Yes, enjoying this ride of watching the new Who. Special shout outs to all the people in the comments. Super special shout outs to all of the patrons, everyone who makes it possible for Syntell to have this wonderful channel, for all of us to take this journey on. Pretty soon, and I know I've been saying it, but I keep saying that pretty soon I will be dropping my afterthoughts, just videos on just a little bit further reflection and a little bit of teaching, a little bit edutainment, if you will, that will be happening real soon. To get me on all social media at DiamondMynd, DiamondMynd, because it's all about this right here.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much. And if you really want to get to know when the next episode is dropping, just hit the bell icon, and then you'll know immediately. Let us know in the chat what we got right, what we got wrong, and what we missed. Yes, I know this episode in particular was super long-winded, but it's just because we enjoy chopping it up with you all, and we certainly enjoy looking at the comments. And I am certainly curious to know what you all think regarding what we just saw. And this is just part one. You can only imagine what the conversation is going to be like when we see part two. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch you on the next episode. All right, y'all. Peace.